Hole. Big surprise.
That's an 8-iron, right?
Yep.
That's a pretty good size 8-iron for right out of the back.
Where'd it go?
About 156.
Yeah, like that's about what I used to hit my 7-iron. So
Okay.
it's lofted the same, so I'm assuming. Yeah.
Where do you typically play at?
We try to pick a new course every week. This week's Northdale, last week was Sharon Hills. We've been playing a lot at Saddlebrook
Okay.
because it's real cheap.
Oh,
They have
yeah?
the 1-9-hole Cypress course open because they're renovating the whole place.
Yeah,
So right now it's like $30 for 18 holes with cart.
can't beat that.
I know, it's going to go up to like $250 when they're done. So we're trying to get in there as often as we can. So we're doing that a lot.
So you went over, when did you play Northdale?
We're playing that this Friday.
You are, okay. Well, if you go on in there and you see the head pro, Keith, tell him I
Okay.
said hi.
Oh, I will.
He's the PGA pro that mentored me.
Oh, okay.
So he's a really good
I'll
guy.
look for him.
Hell of a ball striker too.
Oh, cool.
You want to watch somebody just peg the ball all day long.
Oh, it's a
the
thing
guy
of
to watch.
beauty.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that.
Just beautiful ball striker.
Oh, no. You know, maybe it's my launch monitors telling me they're pulling. But I do see that on the course too, though.
Well, I'm sure you do. I mean, one thing I would check with the launch monitor, and I have one at home, make sure that the target alignment's where it needs to be.
Right.
And, you know, because sometimes if that gets off, even in here, then you get some swirly shots.
Yep.
So just be mindful of that, that's all.
Sure.
How many group of guys do you play with?
It varies. Anywhere from 15, you know, down to 8 or.
Okay.
Saddlebrook, we usually get a good turnout because it's right next door. We're in the development right on the borders of Saddlebrook.
We're at what?
It's Esplanade Wiregrass,
Okay.
55 plus
Yeah.
community. So, and then, you know, if we travel out somewhere, you get a lot of guys drop off. They won't play 18, a lot will only play 9, you know. A lot
Well, it's
will
hot
only
out
play-
there, man.
Exactly, especially, you know, we're all older, so.
Yeah. It's hot, man.
Yeah, right.
So as far as what I see as path goes right now, I don't see a very big over-the-top move per se.
Okay.
Okay. I think the most that you had was like 0.9 over the top, which is basically 0.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So it's more about face control, I'm assuming, then.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right,
So your face angle is relatively close, anywhere from 6 to 5 or something like that. So what I probably would start to look at, you know, what we'll probably take a look at is the grip
Mhm.
and see what your grip pressure is.
Okay.
Right? Because the bigger thing is I'm sure that once we get to the higher clubs, that probably pops up more and more often, doesn't
And
it?
I'm thinking that grip pressure is what led to this. I think I was really squeezing very tightly
Okay.
and all, so. I mean, it's gotten better with the graphite shafts and the thicker grips.
Okay.
But,
Well, you can definitely get that, you know, tennis elbow stuff that can run down to your wrist and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm struggling a lot now.
Did you play tennis as a younger man?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Yeah, so let's just take a look right here. Your path was pretty consistent to what it was last time, your
Okay.
last swing,
Yep.
but your face angle was a 10-degree difference, right?
Yeah,
You were
I
-5.
tried to cognitively change it, so good.
So good. So we've got that. Okay.
All right.
Let's keep going. A few more, and then we're going to put it on video. Sound good, my man?
Yep, sounds good.
What kind of
Wait.
games do you guys typically play?
Wait, right.
What's that?
What kind of games?
Yeah, what kind of games do you guys play?
Like, for instance.
Do you guys play skins?
Oh, we just stroke.
Stroke. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they haven't really gotten into that yet, so.
I didn't know if they play points games or.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if it was the same group, but we seem to be golfing with different guys every week.
Okay.
So he really mixes it up. The guy that puts it together just always mixes up the groups. So.
Yeah, being the league organizer is just like trying to herd cats.
I know, I don't envy him, that's for sure. Nice, put a camera in front of me and I can hit him.
Yeah, there it is. So let's take a look at that guy real
Okay.
quick, okay?
Yeah.
Let's see how we're doing here. Any favorite tour players that we like that we may have?
Well, I don't really like Scotty. I mean, he's a machine.
I know, but unfortunately I don't think we've got Scotty. Scotty stays away from the limelight.
Yeah,
Good for
I'm
him,
sure.
man. Good for him.
Oh, we're gonna compare it to somebody?
Mhm.
There you go.
He's got the driver, but we'll take a look and see what else.
But now, is that kind of should we look like tour players, especially since I'm almost 70?
Well,
I'm
we
not
want,
gonna
we
have
want
that flexibility or that, yeah.
No, I agree.
Well, I guess it was hitting certain positions in the swing, that kind of thing?
Correct.
Okay.
We want to see what those
Yeah.
positions are compared to what you're doing.
Right, sure.
Okay, so JT here's got a 6-iron in his hands here. Okay.
Uh-huh.
One thing I kind of see here just a little bit, okay, is I
Yeah.
think we may be playing the ball a little bit too far back.
Okay,
Okay. So we may move the ball up a little bit.
yeah,
Okay, that might help with our face control. We might not be getting into the ground so soon.
okay.
Does that make sense?
My concern is that as I'm closing the club face, the further out front I get, the more the face is gonna be closed, but.
Well, we'll take a look. We'll take a look at that.
So I think that, what I try to stop doing is, slapping the hands through to get that little extra kick,
Mhm.
like closing the face real fast and then trying to maintain the face angle as I come through. But
Okay.
then I end up going under it like this, so it's,
Okay.
it's hard to control in the heat of battle, but okay, I got you. All right.
Okay, so that might be one thing.
Okay.
Let's just kind of take a look at the overall movement pattern here and see
Yeah.
what we're kind of doing. Okay, see if we've got- So left arm kind of collapses just a little bit on us.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
You can see with that right here, I can
Yep.
see where the face was open. You see how we can see it over here?
Yep.
Okay. We want to have more of that toe facing down.
Okay.
Okay. So when we get up to the top, okay, I want to have that kind of more in this direction. You see where that's at?
Yeah.
And you're like this.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. So I'm like what?
So as you get up to the top, you see
Right.
how the face is here?
Yep.
Okay. When you get into impact, see where you're at?
Yep.
That's where you were on the last swing. Right?
Okay.
The face was open.
Yep.
Okay, so when we get up to the top, we want to have more of this. You see how the toes hanging straight down?
So now is that wrist angle or cup or anything, or is it just?
There may be a
I
little.
mean, that's how the feeling I'm going to try to get, because I was practicing a little bit with making sure I didn't cup the wrist when I come up, keeping it flat or whatever. So, all right. So I'm trying to think of what the feeling is that would tell me that that face is there, right? So,
Okay, so here we go. So we're going to take a look. But yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of these people getting this bowed left wrist.
Right,
I'm not
yeah.
really into that.
Okay.
I'm much more of it kind of
Keep it
being near,
neutral?
or maybe
Yeah.
even just a little cup.
Cups, okay.
Okay, and I'm fine with that.
Okay.
But the big thing is once we get on up over here,
Right.
now you got that toe hanging down.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's more where we want to be to make sure that the face is square up.
Yeah.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yep, it does.
Okay.
But see now,
Mhm.
in my mind, that was a great shot. So whatever I did here, I would try to replicate.
I agree.
Now, if we looked at some of my misses, it may not look like this, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So that's
Because I mean, that ball went straight. It had a good distance to it. Well, no, I guess not. 133. Anyway, okay. So.
right.
Yeah. And actually, I'm surprised that I took the club that far back and collapsed my. I usually don't do that. But anyway, yeah.
Okay.
I got a little loosey-goosey there, yep.
So that can be contributing to our face angle.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Because once that arc starts to move around,
Yeah.
then it has a different path. Does
Yep.
that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Kind of move along here. Good follow through. See how we're doing here. Just a little bit of an early release here, just a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. You can see how we kind of retract back just a little bit. You see that left arm retract back just a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they should be together and straight coming through instead of.
Yeah, so we want to kind of have the feeling, right, that I'm maintaining this structure.
Yeah.
So go ahead and put your other hand on it.
Yeah.
I want to have that feeling I'm maintaining that structure up front,
Yep.
like that. Okay. Now the one big issue I kind of see here with the takeaway, right? If I get you to here,
Right.
right? The one thing that I see is your shoulders have turned about a quarter of a turn.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't really developed a wrist hinge, have we?
No.
Okay. See how your hands are kind of running away from you a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Watch what your head does.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It starts to come back off the ball there. Yep.
Correct. Correct. So what happens is that your hands start to move away.
Yep.
Okay. You start to pull away a little bit.
Yep.
And what happens is you're not getting your shoulders and wrist hinge to match up. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's the big thing I kind of see as far as face on.
Yeah. Now, I imagine a lot of this is just compensation for my lack of flexibility now that I'm, everything's older and stuff.
You know, I think that would be a fair assessment right there. I think the other thing is just the knowledge of, right? What do I need to do, right?
So start hinging earlier with the shoulder turn?
Yeah, so we want to kind of, so here we go.
And this is the thought that I always think that where I'm at the club in the backswing.
Okay.
And that's why it surprised me to see it like this. when
I got you.
I always feel like this, right, exactly.
Feel versus real, right?
And, exactly, and that's what I struggle with because I've taped myself and compared my swing to pros just like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy to see what I did wrong, but it's, you know, I just can't seem to develop the drills I need to fix it.
Gotcha.
When you're in the swing, you're not thinking and you're trying to do what's natural, so how do you know, what kind of drills do you come up with to fix those kind of things, right? So
Gotcha.
That's kind of what I'm looking for as well.
All right, so,
But anyway, so I
that's
got
going to
that.
be one thing that we're going to kind of work on here.
Okay.
Now, what I would kind of suggest here, so as far as a takeaway goes, right,
Mhm.
and where we want to be at the top. So
Yep.
go ahead and take us, get on up to the top for me,
Mhm.
and I'm going to kind of move you around a little bit, okay? So one issue is you're getting just a little bit deep in here,
Okay.
okay? So,
And that was to prevent coming over the top, but okay.
well,
So it'd be a little more up out here?
correct,
Okay.
correct. See how your arm is straight?
Yep.
Okay, but once we start to get back here,
Right.
right, and then you're going to start to develop a little bit of a lift. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Yeah.
Because of what your hands did. So, starting off,
Right.
okay, as I kind of go,
Mm-hmm.
I want to go here,
Right.
chop.
Okay.
Okay, feel how we've got a nice
Yep.
wrist angle there, and
Yep.
now it's just,
Turn up.
there
Yep.
you go. There
And
you go.
come down.
Now you got everything together, and then just come on down and through for me.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Now the other part is set up for me.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So if I just kind of have this line here
Right.
on your head,
Yep.
try to keep your head may move just a little bit off of it, but
Right.
not nearly as much as what we saw. Does that
Right.
make sense?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Good. Down and through there.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay. For you, it's probably going to feel like it's a little bit shorter, right? Because our arms aren't getting so far back. We're
Right.
not getting pulled back a little bit, so it should feel like it's a little bit shorter.
So start to hinge early, keep the head still,
Mhm.
keep the arms more out in front of me as opposed to back here.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So hinge, then just turn and then,
Correct.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Any questions?
Nope.
Let's let you have a
The question will be, can I replicate when I go to hit a ball,
I
right?
get you. I get
You
you.
know, obviously, it's going to feel funny at first, and I'm probably going to mess it up. But anyway,
That's okay. Just give yourself a little bit of a chance.
and I'm moving the ball a little bit more to the middle of my stance now.
Just a little bit,
Just a
right?
little, just a hair. Yep.
Okay, just a smidge.
tempo can get kind of quick. Let's slow it down a little. Practice slicing. Does it look better?
We're gonna take a look at it on this one right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I want to give you a couple swings on it
Okay.
before we pass judgment on it, right?
Staying nice and still.
Mm-hmm. Better job with the hinge.
Okay. Wow, I can't believe I'm taking the club way over the back like that.
Mm-hmm. That's where we're.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
It's
again,
just-
probably trying to wind up more to get a little speed.
But the big thing is once you kind of break that arm, you're going to have to kind of throw that club to
Yeah.
get it started again,
Yep.
right? And then you get a little bit of an early release here, and that's where that ball went out to the right on you.
And that's because I took it too far back and I tried to.
Correct.
Okay.
So let me grab something real quick here to kind of give you a feel, okay?
Sure.
All right, let me see if this will work. Okay, so let me jump on in there and demonstrate this for you real quick. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to take our right hand, we're going to hook that right around just like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, put our other hand just like this.
Right.
Okay. Up to the top. See where it stops me? Right there.
Yep.
See how I have to have that left arm? If I keep going back, it breaks down, doesn't it?
Yep.
Okay. So I want you to just kind of get a feel for that, right? And it's going to feel as we kind of talked about, short and wide.
Here?
There you go. So it's gonna be just like that.
Oh, okay.
Good. Mhm. Push it right. Okay, good. That's something we're going to take a look at. Alright, so I just put that there.
Mm-hmm.
Hinge on up.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Okay.
Feel where you're at?
Yep.
Okay. That's where we want to be right there.
Oh, well, you really can't get. Oh, I see. So it's just really to get that feeling in the backswing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's to keep that left arm straight, keep our arms out wide,
Mhm.
right? And to shorten up that swing a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, it's just to give you a feel. Does that make sense?
Yep. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I know you're not supposed to Google, get on YouTube and watch all these videos and all. Getting out here now, is it something to like drop the club down to come through to get that into out?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So I want to, if you kind of look at me here real quick, I'll
Mhm,
jump
sure.
on in there real quick.
Yeah.
If you kind of take a look down the line here, right?
Right.
So if I got him here,
Right.
right? Okay, I'm a little flat at this point, right? But when I make my transition, where am I going to drop?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really going to be kind of stuck at this point, right? So if I can really get that feeling, right, and I kind of like the old hockey idea. If I get like this,
Right.
up to the top, boom,
Kind of slap shot. Yeah.
right? And that kind of puts me in a better position, right? The
Yep.
club's probably over my right shoulder. Yep, it is. Right there, here, boom. Now I'm in a good position,
Okay.
okay? But
Yeah.
once my hands start to get back here,
Yeah.
I've got no place to drop. We start to dump the club.
Yep.
Okay, so that's why when you see somebody like Scotty Scheffler per se, right, he's really upright.
Yeah.
Okay, he can get away with that move, and then he can drop or stay on top of whatever he wants to do.
Yep.
But you don't see terribly too many pros anymore that are really flat.
Yeah.
Okay?
And that's a change I recently made. I was more upright, and when I looked at the videos and compared myself to somebody, they were bringing the club back like between their hip and their shoulder on that plane. Whereas my plane was like right up over my shoulder. And I'm like, oh, I must be coming up too high. And then when you're up there, you know, now are you casting, are you over the top kind of thing? But maybe that was right, I just wasn't doing the transition correctly.
Well, if you thought about this, right, if I said, hey, I want you to throw the club down the fairway, right? You would get that club up here.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get back here, right? You get here, you kind of move into that lead side, and then you would let that club drop as you throw that, right?
Yeah.
Just a natural motion, right?
Yeah.
And that's how we want to kind of think of this golf swing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything makes sense inside. It's a matter of execution, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's get there.
And just real quick,
Mm-hmm.
we want to take a look at your grip real quick.
Okay.
So, let me see this left hand.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have it in the fingers here.
Yep.
Okay, and the pad over top.
Yep.
Okay, grip right on the side. Very
Mhm.
good. And you bring this guy on in.
Put that in there.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay, feel it in the fingers as well.
Yep.
Okay, good. All right, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Good.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we weren't having it in the palms.
Right, yeah.
You know, that's the big issue I see with a lot of my players. They get it in the
Yep.
palm, so I want to make sure of that. Yeah, I was looking. I think we got a little bit of an early release going on.
Okay.
Okay. So set up for me and up to the top real quick for me. Good. So when we get on up to the top,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that butt of that club is driving back down there. Feel
Okay.
that?
Yep.
Okay. You're getting right here and kind of early releasing just a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I think in my mind it's an attempt to try to get the face square and keep it there as long as possible, as opposed to if I come down, then I'm like snapping the face shut, and I thought that's a timing problem. You really got to be perfect to get it snapped like that, but you know, maybe that's not the right thought, right?
Changed our direction.
Yeah. All right. So here, right? Here?
Mm-hmm. Yep. There you go. Just a small swing.
Yep.
Okay.
Not bad. I can play that.
Getting better. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different feeling.
Good. So let's feel like we're swinging out towards the second baseman, okay? If we're on a baseball diamond, swing out towards that second baseman.
A little toe, but that's all right. Worked.
Getting back to it.
Yep.
So the big thing I see there, the face angle is just slightly open at 2.2, which is big for where we were.
Right.
And our club path is just a little bit open. So it's getting closer to zero where we want to be. It's not
Okay.
so one being one direction, one being another.
Yep.
A second here. Take a look down the line.
Was that more out the end?
That was over the top.
Yeah, okay.
That was definitely over the top.
So that's what I gotta fight for that far out here is coming, is trying to drop down into the slot there. And I felt better.
Alright, so I'm going to take a look at the swing previous to that. Okay, so we're going to take a look down the line here
Okay.
and see. Alright, so first thing I kind of see here with our hand path, okay, is that we've created a little bit of a lift with our takeaway.
Okay.
Okay. See where we're at there?
Yeah.
Okay. Just watch JT. So right here,
Mm-hmm.
okay. See how that close got inside now?
Yep.
Okay. I think that's one of your bigger issues that you got. Let me see if you got some early extension going on here. Let's see. Let's see what extension going on too. Alright, so the things that I'm looking at, let me just kind of explain this to you. So right here, what I'm looking at is your hand path,
Right.
okay? We want that hand, those hands to kind of come back towards the camera, okay, inside just a little bit, okay? The other line that I'm looking at is your rear end, okay?
Mhm.
So if you see this,
Yep.
right, as you watch, you're gonna see that your keister gets further and further away from that line, right? Okay, that's early extension, and that's an issue with flexibility.
That's
Okay.
an issue with the back. That's where I struggle.
Okay.
Right there is, I think, one of my biggest problems is trying to maintain, because, keeping that out and then, coming down this way, as soon as I start to do this, I really feel it. I mean, oh yeah,
Okay.
it's a good pain there.
Okay.
And today is a little worse than normal. I even took some ibuprofen before I came
you did
over
it?
to try to, but I think that's what I always have to try to overcome.
Yes.
And on days where it's not bothering me as much at all, and I can stay down and keep back and get in,
Mm-hmm.
get under it like this and keep back. But you're right, I start to, it's a matter of like pulling up a little bit because I can't keep that bend.
Yes.
So I think, yeah, okay. But I see that, and I can tell right away when I do it too.
Right, so I would like for you to look at your club, and do you see a lot of marks near the hosel
A lot of marks near the
on your club?
with ball marks?
Yep.
A little bit.
That's, what do you see right here?
Yeah, but I don't think that's dirt. Oh wait, no, there's ball marks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've shanked with you.
So what I'm saying is that's
Yeah.
that's a telltale sign of early extension.
Okay.
Okay, because we've taken the club and it's here,
Right.
right? And then as we swing, we've moved closer so the heel gets introduced.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big issue of what the face angle is. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, I'm not saying that we can get that fixed right now. That's going to have to be something that you got to kind of work on.
Mm-hmm.
But our hand path, we can. Okay?
Yep.
So let's talk about hand path real quick.
Okay.
So, if you set up for me real quick, please, Mike. Okay. I'm going to give you a little bit of a different feel here for your hands, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so, good, okay? So, for you, you've kind of noticed, we've noticed that you kind of do this,
Mm-hmm.
right? Out and away, right?
Yep.
Okay, then our arms get disconnected from our chest.
Yep.
Not the best of things happen there, okay?
Yep.
So, hold on.
Mhm.
So, I'm going to move you,
Yep.
okay? And just let me kind of do this.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yep.
Feel that?
Yep.
Once again. Let's do it again. Okay, so if I got right here.
Mm-hmm.
Good. See how the club head stays outside of your hands there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we've got a really good chance of setting that club in a good position.
Okay.
Okay, once again.
Yep.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
And by here, then I start to hinge here?
Yep. So once you get right past your right foot, you want to start to hinge. Okay.
So now it feels like, I'm kind of going off plane when I do this and then bring it kind of up, or is it just a rotation from there?
It's
Because
just
I'm trying to get to where you're like, you were trying to get me to here, it seemed like,
Mhm.
and it seemed like to get there, I kind of had to come out like that. And I guess not. It's just a matter of coming on a little bit on the inside like this and then up.
So here, let's give you a good setup feel for that, right? So
Yeah.
go ahead and do this for me.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an old drill,
Yep.
right? Okay,
Yep.
right there, good, okay.
Yep.
Now I just want you to turn up to the top.
So instead of turning like this, turn up.
Correct.
So I'm not really rotating around the spine. I'm kind of like tilting the shoulders and coming up like that.
Just a little bit,
Okay.
right?
Yep. So get to here.
So
right?
here we get to here, right?
Yep.
Feel that?
Yep.
Okay. And now it's just a rotation, turn up. There you go.
Okay.
Good.
So I'm still pretty far down then when I.
Well, you want your left shoulder to kind of.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. So basically, here's where I start to just bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
Once I get here, I'm not really cocking much more. Just
Correct.
coming
We
up.
should already have that wrist hinge,
Okay.
right? So once I get to right here, right?
Yep.
Now all I need to do is just kind of turn up. I don't need to keep turning back. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So once I get to here,
Yep.
right? And here, let me kind of
So
demonstrate.
you've
this
got
here.
the club set. Now it's just a matter of rotation and coming through. Okay.
Correct. So if I was up against a wall, here's my
Right.
swing plane, right?
Yep.
Okay. If I got here, I'm inside.
Yeah.
Right. So it's here.
Okay.
Okay. So the old wall drill. That's
Yeah.
something we're gonna work on right there. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something I can visualize.
Yeah. All right. So.
Does that look about right?
So here we go. Set up for me.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. All right, hands go around the thigh.
Okay. And then up.
Yep, there you go. Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. So look
All
better.
right. There you go.
And marriage in the face. So, don't put too tight.
What is your grip pressure?
I have no idea.
If I were to say from 1 to 10, what do you think it is?
I couldn't guess. I would think when I start out, it's about a 4.
Okay.
Then I just lose track of it. I don't even think about it. It's just a matter of getting the club to where I have to. I don't even think about squeezing. I might be squeezing way too tight. I've never really, that's probably something I can concentrate on. Am I squeezing? When I get here, am I really squeezing it hard and trying to, push that face through? I don't know.
Okay.
Probably shouldn't, but yeah.
Well, I'd like for you to put your, and we'll just try it just one time for me, please.
Yeah.
Give me a chance where you give the grip about a 7.
7 all the
Yeah.
way through?
Yep.
Okay.
All the way through. Just give me a chance with it. Let's
Mhm, sure.
see what happens.
Okay.
Okay.
I felt like about 7.
Is it?
Let's
try a different ball. Struggling with that grip. How's the hand feel?
Hand feels okay.
Okay.
It doesn't usually bother me during the round. It swells up after.
Oh, okay.
So luckily it doesn't stop me from playing. It's just I could be sore for a couple of days afterwards.
How's the back feeling?
Okay, that's manageable.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but it's a conscious battle
I got you.
to stay down and in and bring that shoulder down and through instead of trying to pull back.
Give me about 2 more, then I want to give you some drills of what you need to kind of work on to get you some feels for 1, your takeaway, and 2, that early extension.
Okay. Now, is the early extension leading to those left? When I come in like this and pull up, is that what's pulling me?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Were you trying to stay back on that one a little bit?
No,
Okay.
I didn't. I was just thinking about my backswing, where the club was, and then just releasing.
All right. So give me one more, and then let me give you kind of a
Sure.
feel, okay? And we'll
Yep.
start working on that backswing just a little bit for you, okay? And
Yep.
try to give you a drill for that early extension. Help you out there. There you
I
go.
feel better.
There you go. Good push off with the left leg there.
Yeah. So my conscious effort there was to make sure I didn't pull these forward, but to drive this hip out of the way, I guess, to clear some room and make sure I stayed down through, and that felt good.
Absolutely. So, when we look at the golf swing, it's not a motion where it goes like this, it's more
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Right? So as I come through here, I'm really pushing into this leg going this way as I rotate. Does that
Right.
make sense?
Yeah.
And that keeps my hip back behind me.
And that's where I've been able to get a little bit, more consistent, I guess, over the past few weeks is that thought. Once I videotape myself,
Yeah.
and it looked like I was like just coming in like this.
Yeah, you're cutting your path off.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
I try to make sure I kept this back, and then just drive it, the hips out of the way coming down, and that helped a lot. So.
Good. Yeah, so have the feeling, right, with that
Yep.
left leg that you're pushing back.
Yep.
Right? And now keep that left hip back for us, right? Keep that rear end back behind us, and that will help significantly with our contact.
Yeah. Yeah, like that.
Okay. So let's talk about some drills for you to work on, okay? Because I think this is going to be the bigger part for us.
Yep.
Okay. Grab a glove here. All right. So for your takeaway, okay, so when you start to take this thing away, you get way out over here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What we used to do back in old high school, right, is we get our hands just past our right foot here, right, and then we'd have a golf bag right here.
Okay.
Okay, and what we would do is we would try to get that club inside that golf bag. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then at this point, turn up.
Okay.
Okay, down and through. All right. So come on over here for me, please.
Sure.
Does that make sense right
Yeah,
there?
it does.
Okay. Don't worry about that part. So go ahead and set on up right here.
Yeah.
So we want to face this way.
Oh, that way?
You want to face me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna get you just like this. So if I get your hand, just scooch on out.
Yep. So just right past my legs.
Yeah, right about there.
Good.
Okay. And we'll just make it a little bit easier so you can kind of go over just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Okay, so go ahead and do your takeaway a little bit now. Yeah, see how you're just a little bit on the inside there?
Yeah.
Okay, there.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
try to get your, there you go.
Okay.
Okay. So you feel where your wrists are hinging there? A
Yep.
little bit earlier, right?
Yep.
Okay, a little bit closer to the body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now the body's not running away from us.
Right.
Okay, that will help a little bit with our early extension too, because now I'm not having this weight to go this way that I've got to support. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just like that. Yeah.
And then just kind of turn on up. Now you see how you got into that wall a little bit?
Yep.
Right, so that's one way to kind of practice right there.
Because I'm pushing the shoulders that way instead of coming up.
Correct. And what we start to move laterally that
Yep.
way, right? There you go. Good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do tend to want to move that way. Is right.
Yeah, right. And that gets our head moving that way, gets
Yep.
our spine moving that way, right? We want to turn around that spine. Good. So that will keep our angle of attack down, and it'll get our shoulders and wrist hinge to match up correctly, and not one outracing the other.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, for our early extension a little bit, right? Let's get the old wall again, right? Don't need a club, right? Just kind of get here like this.
Right.
Right cheek against it.
Yep.
Feel yourself press in there, and then feel yourself pushing against this wall
Yeah.
and slamming. You know, we used to be told, imagine there's a pane of glass behind you,
Yeah.
right? And you want to get here, and then bam,
Yeah.
slam that glass.
And it's funny because since I discovered that a couple weeks ago, using that as a conscious swing thought,
Mm-hmm.
I might tend to overdo it. Because I'm like, oh, I was hitting the ball good, but then, you know, other things started to get neglected, and, you know, now I'm overdoing it, and I'm not doing other things in the backswing. So, yeah, it's a matter of
absolutely. But that's
doing that and not losing any of the other stuff is right.
Right, so, but the big thing is, if I do this right, you can see that I'm not really laterally moving anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of staying centered around my spine. So here, boom, there, right? Okay. So probably what I would, you know, suggest to you is work on your left quad. Okay, that's going to be the muscle that's going to help us push back. So probably, and it's, you know, non-common. You're a right-handed person. Your left side is probably your weaker side, if I had to make a guess.
I'm left-handed,
Oh,
but I play sports right-handed, so it's okay.
Okay. So, you know, just kind of, you know, when you do your workouts and stuff, try to focus a little bit more on the quad, just a little bit. Try to give that a little, and try to do a little bit of some, you know, try to work on getting a little bit.
Well, I do leg day. I try to do twice a week, at least once.
Okay.
And I do goblet squats. I do single Bulgarian split squats.
Oh wow.
Or just driving that, and that's helped a lot as well.
Good.
It's given me a lot of strength in the glutes and all, and ability to drive.
Yes.
So, and then I do a lot of rotation, a lot of with the weights and with the cable and everything and the bands.
Great.
So yeah,
Great.
I do, and that's what's helped my game a lot.
Yes.
When I first started several months ago, I was all stiff. I really wasn't moving. I was overcompensating to try to get some power.
Yeah.
Now I get power. I can generate power naturally, and that helps me keep the swing smoother and a little more tempo.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So those are the drills that we want to kind of work on or hone in on right there. You know, when you work on video, you know, the things that you want to look at when you're looking at yourself face on, right? Make sure that you're looking at your head and it's not going to the side too much, okay?
Yeah, that's one thing I picked up on the early videos.
Good.
Making sure to keep the head still and keep the hips back, and those were two big ones I saw.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That, okay, the other one is when you're looking down the line, watch your hand path, okay?
Yeah.
Make sure that it's not going away from you.
Yeah.
Okay? Because then once we start to get the hands off the rails, it's bad. Okay?
Yeah.
Right? So one thing you can kind of do just a little bit for yourself here. Okay? Set up real quick. Go ahead and put right on in there.
A little plane.
Yeah, like a little swing plane. So if I got you there, there you go. So if I got you, you just kind of, there you go.
Yep.
See how your hands are just inside that now?
Yep.
Okay. There you go. Good.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the feeling that we want to have off the set.
Sure.
Does that make sense right there?
Yeah. And I think the big thing to overcome is because, you know, I guess everybody has good days and bad days on the course.
Yeah.
Some days I'm smacking it great, and other days I can't hit it for anything. And it's those days, I think, where the back is stiff, you know, maybe something isn't, and in order to generate power, you start to sway off of it to try to, you know, get a little more oomph into the ball because you can't really rotate to get it. So
you're making some kind of compensation.
Exactly. It's a matter of consciously realizing that you're compensating and then, you know, catching yourself and correcting it.
And doing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so when I do all those pulls, you know, what is what's the major cause of it, and what do I got to think about? Is it keeping the hip back and not coming in like this?
Well, I think the big thing that's going to help our consistency is, one, making sure that our hand path is correct, right? And then the second part, making sure that we get rid of as much as we can the early extension.
Yes. Okay.
Right? Because if I'm here, right,
Yep.
and this is my club, and then as I come in here and I move,
right,
there's no way to be consistent if I'm moving that way. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So once we can kind of get established that we can kind of get that leg to push us back, then I have all this room here to keep that club face.
And that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So it's a matter of I'm going to have bad days because I'm just not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to feel it.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of, you're right, there's days where I feel like I could just stay down and you know, keep the hips and everything. I seem to strike the ball really well and everything goes well.
And just remember, the big thing is that when we have days like that, to remember to swing within ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? That's the big key, right? Don't try to be the home run hitter with a 5-iron. Go grab a hybrid or a wood or something like that.
Let the club do the work.
Let the club do the work, and let's do that. Now, one thing I do want to do before we break is I want to take a look at your
Chipping?
Yep. So if you want to grab your chipping wedge or whatever, and I want to take a look at your technique.
Just as a second opinion, as far as being fitted, I mean, how do you tell if your lie angle was good and everything? I mean, I assume it's okay, but I guess the ball flight would change. Would, like, if the lie angle was too far down, would I catch the toe a lot? Or
Yeah,
test
I mean,
hosel if it was-
the lie angle is going to dictate a lot of what that.
Right, so I mean, I just got fitted and they raised my clubs like a half inch
Okay, I would suggest that.
and still kept 2 degrees down from my old set. So my old set was 2 degrees upright, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So the lie angle, they put 2 degrees upright, and then they made the clubs, I think, a half or 3/4 inch longer than my old set.
I would have gone with the length for sure. I
Yeah.
don't know with a person that's going left, I would have gone upright.
And I'm wondering if it wasn't going left at the time, maybe, and now it's going left because of these new clubs.
Because the more it comes
I
upright.
mean, I have my old club out there. I got to get on the launch monitor and see if they go left with that.
Okay, you want to go
But-
grab it real quick?
Well, yeah, I don't want to run out of time. I know you wanted to look at chipping, but
Okay, but what I would suggest, as far as what you're saying, is I don't think I would have done the 2 degrees upright.
Yeah.
I think I would have just left it neutral
okay.
and see where it is.
And then change them if you have to.
Correct, because
Yeah.
I think maybe a little bit for you is that the club face being upright,
Yeah,
when you come through here, it closes the club face significantly.
yeah.
Does that make
Well,
sense?
Yes, it does, but let me think about this. So basically, my old set was 2 degrees upright as well, but
Oh,
these
okay.
clubs are longer. So if my club being shorter, 2 degrees upright might have been right. But now when you make the club a little longer,
You
now
see
you
how
get a
much
little
more-
toe up.
Correct.
So I'm wondering if the 2 degrees up shouldn't have been with these longer clubs.
Yeah, I
So
would.
that's what I'm trying to wonder about is if, I'm a little toe up here because of that, and maybe they should get adjusted down. That might help.
I would probably suggest, I would move it in the opposite direction.
How hard is it to adjust the line angle?
Not hard at all.
Okay.
You go on in there and.
So what
it's-
I'm struggling with, yeah, okay, so maybe I'll experiment with that.
Yeah.
What I'm struggling with is I don't have a really good confident chipping club. So my chipping club used to be my 52 degree. So these are all new,
Okay.
all right? It used to be 52. I used to have a pitching wedge and then a 52 gap.
Mm-hmm.
This set came with a gap,
Okay.
but it's still, this gap is the same loft as my old pitching wedge. So theoretically, like this gap is 48, my old pitching wedge was 48.
Okay.
So this is really my new
So
pitching.
this is 45.
That's 43.
43. Holy
Yeah, I
shit.
know. I'm surprised how much stronger they were. So now, so I thought I'd keep these in the same sequence. But when I got this, so I got the Cleveland RTZ,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, "Do you want the same shaft as your irons?" I said, "Yeah, it makes sense."
Yeah.
But he didn't tell me that it was going to be 20 grams lighter. So I don't like the feel of it as much.
Yeah,
It's a
you
20
want-
gram lighter shaft.
Yeah. You want your wedges to be heavy.
I know, exactly. So I got to take it back to them and see if they can reshaft this. So that's part of why now I've been trying to chip down my sand wedge instead.
Okay.
I assume it doesn't hurt you, except you got
No,
more bounce.
no.
You got more bounce on it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I want to take a look at your technique. That's the big thing I want to take a look at and see
Right.
where you got your ball placement.
Okay.
And just, I think we can really kind of help you there on that.
All right, good. So just a normal chip.
Just a normal chip. Just give me a normal little chip.
So I see these. Oh, did that catch me?
No.
I see these videos that talk about release 1, release 2.
Correct.
Is that a thing?
Dan Graves is the guy we want to talk to.
Oh, that's exactly who I was looking at.
Correct. Yes. He is. He is without a doubt the best wedge coach in the game.
Okay. Oh, good. So keep watching those videos.
Absolutely. He's got a book out. I would highly suggest reading it. I've read it 3 times so far. There you go. All right. So let's talk a little bit about
I had the
what.
ball a little too far forward there at first.
Let's talk about a little bit what Dan talks about. So if you
Yeah.
stand right on over there real quick.
Sure.
Okay. A few things that we want to kind of do about the basic chip here. Okay.
Mhm.
One, I want to try to get the club probably, or my feet just about a club width apart.
Yep.
Okay, right inside the center. I'm going to play that back of center, right? I'm also going to choke up on it, and I'm going to get the club closer to me. Okay, so I'm going to scooch in a little bit, and more of the heel is going to be off the ground.
Yep.
Okay, so as we go, just as so. Now I want to make sure that I have a post running from my left side all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right? Now the other thing is we want to make sure that we kind of, as the chip goes, right, I want to feel like the back of my left arm makes the motion.
Okay.
Okay? Now the other thing is that we want to kind of make sure is that we feel like our feet are in concrete. Okay? Not a lot of foot movement here. Kind of staying here.
Mhm.
Allowing the chest to rotate, the body's going to stay kind of quiet. So as I kind of go, just like this, forward, right? Right, now you'll see that the club comes very close to my right side here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's where we want to be on release one.
Okay.
Okay, what he talks about right there
All right.
is release one. That would be release one.
Okay.
Okay, and that's because we want the club to kind of come next to our side, just like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Good.
we don't need to get the club out the way. We don't need to be driving through. Okay, but making sure that we have that. Yep, there you go. Good. How was that?
Good.
That was much better. I
Yep.
can hear that one.
Yeah, I could tell.
There you go. Right.
Now, distance control and direction control all just comes with practice, I assume?
It comes with practice. The big thing is that we need to work on our technique first before we start talking about, you know, distances and all that. Hey, come on in. Dante, right?
Yes, sir.
How are you today, my man? Good. There you go. Good job. Right, so that's going to be the big thing that we're going to notice with our chipping technique, okay, is that it's being played back in our setup a little bit. We're
Right.
driving the ball down a little bit, down and through, right?
Okay.
The big thing that's going to dictate our distances is our wedges themselves,
Okay.
right? The law.
So change club to get a little further, a little shorter, keep the same swing and tempo, yeah?
Correct, correct. So that's what we want to kind of do for the chip shot. Now, if I wanted to go with a pitch shot, let's just, I kind of talk about that real quick.
Yep.
All right, I'll grab the club real quick from you. All right, so chip shot, played back of center. Pitch shot's going to be played just forward of center.
Okay.
Okay. Weight still forward, always.
Yep.
Okay, running along there, right?
Yep.
But at this point, right? Okay, I'm going to hinge up just a little bit, right? But the big thing is now I get to kind of release two, where it kind of comes up and down like this. Okay, so
Yep.
if I kind of get right here, just set up, like so, keeping the feet
Still
quiet
choke
again.
down?
Huh?
Still choke down?
Yeah, for this one, because my
Yep.
feet are very closed.
Okay.
This would be, okay, this is what I call address one.
Yep.
Okay, see how my feet are closed?
Yep.
I can't get much further than this.
Yep.
So it guards me from going that far.
Mm-hmm.
Once I start to get my feet a little bit wider, now I start to regulate my distance by the length of swing, by my setup.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep, it does.
Okay. So if I get just like this, okay, lay it forward, here we go. This is as far as I can go, right? And what I want to focus on is rotating my chest.
Good.
Okay, see where the club is?
Yep.
Okay, it's kind of more over here towards my left shoulder.
Yep.
Foot still quiet, right? Releasing that through. Okay?
Yeah.
Right? And then the big thing is just as you start to increase your length of your setup, right? The
Mhm.
length of your backswing will go with that, and then you start to get different yardages. Dante, how are you today, man? It's been a while, man. How you been? Okay. We don't want it to be quick, right? We want it to be
Yeah,
kind of a softer motion where the face is really grabbing that ball.
Yeah. I
Okay.
do tend to get quick, yeah.
But the big thing is just keeping that lower body quiet, right? A lot of people try to get their long game incorporated into this shot. There you go. Do you feel where your hands released at there?
They did, yep.
Okay, that's big right there.
But that's, you know, I was always afraid of that becoming a scoop.
No,
they
no,
always
no.
say you don't scoop, you don't want to do this.
No,
But
those
it's,
guys.
but it's a matter of releasing as you rotate, right?
Well, yeah, but the big thing is now you're utilizing the bounce,
Yeah.
right? This isn't a full swing, right? If it was a full swing, yes, it'd be scoopy,
Yep.
right? But with this shot, we want to throw the club underneath the ball. That's why the low point's behind the ball. Yeah!
Yep.
Okay, so
Oh,
don't be
good.
afraid of that. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people get afraid of that, like they're
Yeah.
going to get scoopy. But this is a, you know, there's different games, right? There's the driving game, there's the iron game, there's the putting game, there's chipping, and there's, you know, wedges, right? Wedges are a different category, right? They're not our irons, they're not our driver, right?
Yep.
So they've got, you know, this big bulky thing on the back of them, right, called bounce. Utilize that.
Yeah.
That's going to help you significantly, right? That's going to get us out of trouble,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
A lot of people just want to keep going with the leading edge, right? And I just want to keep driving it down and through, and I just keep getting bad. So we
Yeah.
want to make sure that we kind of, right? That's how that club's used,
Yep.
right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay. Give me one more, partner.
Sure.
Go over what we need to work on. And
Sounds good.
yeah, perfect. Get over a tree, get over a bunker, get over anything you need to, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, you know, I assume a little bit more, or you say just take a different club and use the same swing if you go a little further distance and stuff, right?
Well, yeah. So if you kind of get your feet like this, right? I can only take a quarter of a swing. If I get a little bit more, we're about 2 club lengths there. I can get to about a 9 o'clock position. If I get a little bit wider, then I can get to about a 10 o'clock position, and that gives me 3 different yardages with 1 club.
Gotcha.
Right? And then I do that with each one of my wedges, and I think you have 4, right?
Yep.
That would give you a lot of different yardages,
Yeah.
24 yardages or something like that, right?
Exactly, yeah, I need to gap them all now. Yeah.
So that's what we want to kind of do. So remember, the chip shot is going to be played back of center,
Yep.
okay? Weight is always forward, okay? It's always posted on that left side,
Yeah.
right? Feet are always going to be in concrete, and it's more about the chest rotating and turning than it is about a release, like a full body release. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Perfect.
What questions do you have for me today, Mike?
None. I think I just what are the drills now?
Absolutely,
What are the next steps so it could be consistent, right?
Absolutely. We've got to work on that, right? Do it slowly, right?
Yep.
Make sure that you're kind of doing it slow. There's no need to rush these
So I've
drills.
got the backswing, right?
Mhm.
Taking it here, going straight up instead of out.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping the head here, keeping the hips back and through instead of early release.
Correct, and that's going to help your contact of strike significantly,
Yeah.
right? Because then we're going to get more of the center of the face
Yep.
instead of in the hosp,
Okay.
right? And
Yeah.
that's probably where our big problem is with our face angle is,
Yep.
depending on where we make strike, right, is where that face is going to kind of be at, right? Does that
Okay.
make sense?
And then next we're able to do, we're going to work on how to do a draw and a fade.
absolutely, absolutely.
I'd like to be able to get there and do that at will.
Absolutely,
But, yeah.
absolutely, Mike.
All right, so those are the drills, just those things that we just focused on.
That's what we want.
And
We
then
don't want to give you
practice
too
the
much,
chipping. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
right?
All right, good.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Mike, I appreciate it. If you have any questions, let me know.
I will.
I videotaped this, so I will send that on out to you.